All right, glad to be with you today, 7th graders. I'm about to drop some knowledge on you when it comes to converting decimals to fractions. From what I hear, you've been looking at this a little bit, so we're just gonna do 6 problems. Can you stay with me? 6 problems, and then you can work on your homework, which by the way is only 12 problems. That's a pretty light day in math. So listen, pay attention. Feel free to pause it if you wanna work it out in the middle of it. I'll do little pauses to try to help you get that work time. Don't just sit back and listen, because I've already passed this class. You guys are about to. Here we go. First problem up. 0.6. 0.6. So the key first step in all of these when converting decimals to fractions is to identify what decimal place we got here. So if you'll take a look, the 0.6. This is in what decimal place? Answer. Nice. The 10th place. Good job. So I literally say, what do I have here? I have 6/10. So I write that. 6/10. Can you guys see that okay with the red? Ooh, it's looking good. All right. So, I'll be like, great. Thanks, Mr. Glenn. Done. No, you got to reduce. Always reduce your fractions as much as possible. So, do 6 and 10 have something in common? Hopefully you answered. This can't just be a one-way street. Yes, they do. Word of the wise, anytime you have 2 even numbers, they have to have at least what number in common? 2. So, what we do to the bottom, we do to the top. So I've seen it done this way where they just do a big 2. So I'm dividing both of these by 2. What is 6 divided by 2? That's correct, 3. And what is 10 divided by 2? 5. Good job. Now, there was no number out front, so our final answer is just 3/5. That is the fraction. Okay? One done. Second one. I got another. Here we go. 3.45, right? That's how we would read it. 3.45. However, we're converting this decimal into a fraction, so I look at what decimal place we're at. Ooh, we got the 4/5. Just like Jordan when he came back. Oh, speaking of coming back, that marker didn't work. Let's see if good green's here for me. A little better. Okay, the 4/5. So that is now in what decimal place? If the first one is the tenths, keep going up powers of 10. This is the hundredths. How many hundredths do we have? Now I'm just talking about the decimal. 45. We have 45 hundredths. So I write it as 45 hundredths, okay? Now, don't worry about the 3 right now. 3 is a whole number, right? Whole numbers we don't worry about converting into fractions because they're already technically that over 1, right? They already are good. It's the decimal part we got to convert. Same question. All right, look at this new fraction. 45 over 100. Do they have anything in common? Think about it. Yes, they do. What do they both have in common? How can we reduce this? I'm all ears. 5. That wasn't a magic trick. Divide both by 5. 45 divided by 5. Hopefully you know your times tables by now, but if not, you can use your calculator or a timesheet. It goes in 9 times. Okay? Next. 100 divided by 5. How many nickels go into $1? So, oddly enough, a student the other day tried to argue with me that a nickel was worth 10 cents. They were wrong. You be right. How many nickels in $1? 20. Now, careful. Some people are like, oh, sweet, so 9/20 is the answer. No, it's not. Because I had 3 whole up here. So my final answer is 3 and 9/20. There you go. All right. We're 2 down, only 4 to go. I know. I was going to throw this, but I don't know how many more I have left, so I'll just place it there in case I need it. Orange, let's go. All right, we got a new decimal place. It goes back 3 decimal places. So it's 1.015. That means I have 15 what? Throw a comma on it. Yes, thousandths. 3 decimal places, if we have tenths, then hundredths, next would be the thousandths. So I have 15 thousandths. Now, this is a little more challenging. Mr. Glenn, I don't remember if they have anything in common. Keep in mind, they both are multiples of 5. Any number that ends in a 0 or a 5 is divisible by 5. So let's go. Take your time on this one. Divide top and bottom by 5. I'll do the hard one. All right. And if you're struggling, do this off to the side, right? How many times does 5 go into 10? 2 times with 2 zeros left. Bam, mind blown. Okay? So what is our answer? One of you, I hope, said it. Yes. 1 3/200ths. 1 3/200ths, because I can't leave it as 15 over 1,000. That wasn't reduced. There's my final answer. All right, try this one on your own for a sec. 2.13. 2.13. I'm going to stand here awkwardly for about 15 seconds. Feel free to pause the video if you need, but go. I don't know if that was 15 seconds, but I'm bored. Here we go. What decimal place are we in? The second, which means we're in the hundredths. Now, did you notice this one was actually nice? A lot of people are like, okay, so it's 13 over 100. I can't find anything that reduces. It's because they don't. 13 is prime. So if this doesn't reduce, that is my fully reduced fraction. So my answer is 2 13/100. Nice. Dos más. Here we go. Tackle this. 0.25. Pretty nice one. Go. Let's see if baby blue here works a little bit better than daddy blue. What decimal place? Second again, which means we are in the hundredths. Now, here's what I want you to be careful with, because some of you are good at your times tables and you find the largest multiple and you go right to work. Some of you are going to stair step it, and that's fine. You should arrive at the exact same final answer. What I mean by that is, a lot of people are like, all right, Mr. Glenn, I've been learning, I've been listening, proud of you. It ends in a 5 or a 0, it's divisible by 5. So I'm going to divide these suckers right here by 5, and I get 5 over 20. Nailed it. Half nail. Do you notice something about the fraction you have left? They still share something. All the other fractions, we stopped when they didn't share anything. Well, they still share that 5, so I'd have to stair step and do one more round of 5 division to come up with 1/4. That is okay. Did any of you do it differently, a little faster? Think about that quarter piece here. I've seen some people just go straight to, well, you know what? I know 25 goes into 100, so I'm going to divide them both by 25 right away and get 1/4. Same final answer. Same final answer, but you could stair step it, meaning taking multiple times or multiple steps to get to the reduced fraction, or big dog it, go right to it. Is that our answer? Yes, it is. Because why? No whole number. So the reduced decimal is the entire answer. So you would have 1/4. Either one of those works, okay? Because they're the same thing. Last problemo. 4.025. Go. Real quick, it is not 4 1/4. Sorry if you thought it was. Notice these are not the same decimals. I tried to trick you, not the same. Again, pause me at any time that you want a little more time to work. Pause. I was just kidding. Here we go. How many decimal places? 3, which means we now have 25 over 1,000. 1,000. So when we reduce this, okay, most people are probably going to want to stair step it. I don't know all these big numbers, but I know if it ends in a 0 or a 5, it's got to be divisible by 5. So I divide both of them by 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Awesome. Remember that trick we showed before? And maybe you can even remember that when we took 5 into 1,000, it went in 200 times. Okay, are we done? No, because both of our numbers still end in a 5 or a 0, which means they're both divisible by 5. I'm a stair step it. Stair master. Build them quads. Here we go. 5 divided by 5. 1. Is that off the page yet? Oh, good. You still see it. And 200 divided by 5. Ooh. Take your time. Does 5 go into 20? Yes. How many times? 4. And there is a 0 left over. Okay? 1/40th. So that's our answer. No, it's not. Because what do we have in front of the decimal this time? 4. So my final answer would be yes. 4 and 1/40th. Okay. Easy peasy. That should be review. You should have seen a lot of that already. But this should help you get started, grease the wheels in your mind. Go ahead and get your homework done. Have a great day.